Welcome to Busan, Korea.
In this video, we're gonna talk about Busan, the second largest city and the summer capital of South Korea. The city has been historically important, both as a trading point with Japan and as South Korea's temporary capital during the Korean War. It's a bustling city of 3.5 million residents located on the southeastern tip of the Korean peninsula. Although it's not as famous as Seoul, trust me, there's lots to see here, so let's explore. It's one of the most modern Asian cities. Skyscrapers, bridges and tunnels, and it's home to the world's largest department store, the Shinsegae Centum City. Busan has a humid subtropical climate. Late summer and early September are generally hot and humid, lots of rain, and the city may experience typhoons at this time. Last severe typhoon happened in September 2003, caused a lot of damage to ships and buildings, and killed almost 50 people. October and November are the most comfortable months. Clear skies and pleasant temperatures. The annual average temperature is 14.9 Celsius. Busan and neighboring Ulsan form the Southeast Economic Zone, the largest in the country. Industries include shipbuilding, car manufacturing, frozen seafood, fishing nets, electric, steel, chemical, paper, and other manufacturing plants. Busan is also a center of finance. Korea Exchange, Korea Technology Finance Corporation, Korea Asset Management Corporation, and a number of other financial institutions are headquartered here. The slogan of the city is Dynamic Busan. The port of Busan is Korea's busiest and the 9th busiest in the world. It is so important it's a gateway to the Eurasian continent. Average salary here is similar to that of Seoul, and it's $2,600 a month after taxes. Busan is known as the city of bridges. Gwangan Bridge is the most famous. It's also known as the Diamond Bridge. It's a suspension bridge with a length of 7.4 kilometers. It's the second longest bridge in the country after the Incheon Bridge. Make sure you get a cab or rent a car and actually drive on this bridge because the experience is unforgettable. And what about this bridge? Busan Harbor Bridge, with a length of 3.3 kilometers. This bridge is definitely an engineering masterpiece. It's another gem of Busan, and the route is spectacular and thrilling at the same time, especially when you take the high-rising loop to enter the bridge. The city is a center of marine science and R&D, and home to a number of relevant institutions, such as the Korea Maritime Institute, the Korea Institute of Ocean Science and Technology, the National Fishery Products Quality Management Service, and others. Public transportation is convenient. Busan Metro has 6 lines and 149 stations, with a daily ridership of 900,000 people. The stations are announced in 2 languages, Korean and English. At some stations also in Japanese and Chinese. Just like in Seoul, there are bathrooms in the subway, and the residents of Busan are nice enough to line up in front of the subway car instead of pushing each other. A single trip ticket costs a little more than $1. City buses operate a total of 160 routes. There are express buses connecting major areas quickly through tunnels and overpasses, and general city buses. Taxi service in Busan is very convenient. It's hard to believe, but with all the tunnels and bridges, a taxi ride often takes less time than a similar subway trip. Koreans have a weird obsession with genitals. Yes, what you see in this picture is a penis-shaped wooden pole in front of a cafe. But this is nothing. They have a whole penis theme park in one of the cities. Busan districts are very different. The Old Business District is comprised of Gwanbuk-dong, Jonggu, and Nampo-dong districts. This area contains many tourist highlights, including Jagalki Fish Market, the largest market of its kind in Korea, and the 6th largest in the world. The Latu World 2 Tower is currently under construction. Busan Port Passenger Terminal for passengers going from Busan to Jeju Island is located here, with a nice waterfront area. Busan is not as clean as Seoul, at least I never came across such a scene in Seoul, but don't worry, it's all gonna be gone in the morning. A more modern business district is Seomyeon. Head offices of Korean and international banks are located in Seomyeon. The local subway station is one of the busiest, and it's home to a number of underground shops. It's a whole shopping city underground, selling a variety of products, mostly clothing and footwear. So huge, you can easily get lost. On the ground you have Seomyeon Medical Street, which is home to a total of 160 medical clinics. And Young Street, where young people love to hang out. The food and shopping are amazing in this area. At night, Young Street turns into a great place for walking, trying different food, such as spicy chicken legs. Game rooms for young kids and some of Busan's hippiest hangouts are to be found in this area. Everything is very bright, stylish, fun, and friendly. If you happen to be missing the busy streets of Seoul, then this area might be something you might want to check out. Directly adjacent to Seomyeon is Bujeon Market, the largest traditional market in the city. You want some fruits and veggies? They got it. As you would imagine, parking space is limited in the city center, so some parking garages look like this. Kinda entertaining, right? Moving on to another district, Hyundai. Hyundai is Busan's party area. Hyundai has a population of 423,000 people. Every summer, it attracts tens of thousands of tourists. There's been considerable commercial development in recent decades. Hyundai Beach is one of the most famous and beautiful beaches in South Korea. Hyundai is also a popular destination for food lovers, having both local and foreign cuisines. The market has a wide range of seafood available. Marine City is an expansive and prestigious part of Hyundai district. Most of the buildings are luxurious skyscrapers. The very fact that such property is in demand in Busan is a good indicator that there's lots of millionaires around. In 2013, there were already more than 13,000 people that qualified as millionaires. And what do rich people like to do? They like to live in tall buildings which offer beautiful sea views, they like eating out at expensive restaurants, and they love to go shopping. Marine City is now changing Busan's landscape with ultra-modern high-rises, and according to a recent local news report, about 50 to 60% of Busan's wealthy are flocking to the Marine City. Busan Aquarium, with the richest collection of marine life, is also located nearby. Close to Marine City, the Centum City is a new business district. At night, it might remind you of downtown Miami. Lots of high-rises, bridges, and waterways. The Centum City area is one of Busan's shopping havens. Make sure you visit the Shinsegae Centum City department store, which was registered in the Guinness World Records in 2009 as the largest shopping complex in the world. The department store has an endless number of shops and places of entertainment. Also, in this area, you'll find Bexco, a conference and exhibition center, and the Busan Museum of Art, which has 5 floors of exhibitions and an outdoor sculpture park. Another popular beach in the city is Gwangali Beach. It's a 1.4-kilometer long beach that is known for its fine, powdery sand. Gwangali Beach is a hotspot for bars, restaurants, and sightseeing. It's geared a little more towards the city's residents than Hyundai. It's a busy place, always action-packed, lots of street performances. You can go play volleyball, ride a jet ski. It has a distinctively more city beach feel to it. And while you're there, you can also take pictures with the iconic Diamond Bridge in the background. You can rent bicycles to ride along the beach. The Busan International Fireworks Festival takes place right here on the beach every year. There are many other interesting areas in the city, such as Texas Street. Located next to Busan Station, it's also known as the Russian District, next to a local Chinatown. It's the dark side of Busan. Want to have a shish kebab and then have some vodka and go visit a strip club with Russian models? Look no further, my friend, this is the place. And then there are typical old Korean areas with narrow streets and not much to do for tourists. The city has a great tourist infrastructure. No wonder Busan is called the summer capital of Korea. There are 6 excellent beaches in the city. The downside for many is that the official swimming season is short and it ends by the end of August. And then you find yourself in an awkward situation. Just imagine, the temperature outside is 30 degrees, water temperature is 24 degrees, and swimming is not allowed. Beach showers are closed, so you have an option to go swimming real early when the security guard is not on duty, or go to a beach with no security guard. There are also some casinos in Busan, but the funny part is South Koreans are not allowed to gamble. And it's true even for Koreans who travel outside of the country. Some Las Vegas casinos want to invest in Busan and build huge resorts, but they demand that everybody's allowed to gamble, not just foreigners. The city has wonderful parks with stunning views. This is Donbaek Park near the Marine City district. And this is Taejeondae, a natural park in the south of the city with magnificent cliffs facing the open sea on the southernmost tip of the island of Yeondu. Pebble beaches, dense evergreen trees, several facilities for tourists like an observatory, an amusement park, a lighthouse. There are forests of pine trees and 200 other varieties of trees. One popular way to explore the park is to take the Danube train, which goes to 5 major destinations in the park. Or you can simply walk the park, but it's going to take you an hour. Busan is a very safe city for foreigners, just like Seoul. But there are some things to consider. In recent years, the police have been on the lookout for men who secretly take pictures of women in swimsuits on the beach. Just keep that in mind. If you're going to photograph girls on the beach, don't do it without their permission. Otherwise, you might have problems with the police. Crazy world we're living in these days, right? Why would people choose Busan over Seoul? Average temperature in December in Seoul is 0, and in Busan it's 6 degrees. The city's more relaxed, more beaches, and clean sea air. In Seoul, your next door neighbor is North Korea. And in Busan is Japan. The city of Fukuoka is just 180 kilometers away. Should I mention a coastline featuring superb beaches? The people of Busan are different as well. They're more laid back, they're talkative, they don't hesitate to do small talk. Many Koreans are skeptical about Busan and its economic potential. The population of the city was 3.5 million in 2004 and now remains at the same level, while the country's population has grown from 48 million to almost 52. Most of the residents of Busan live in high-rise apartment buildings. Normally, we see them from afar. Now let's see them up close. This is a typical high-rise building. Let's walk in and see what it's like on the inside. It's clean and it feels like a hotel. Wow! In Busan, there are Korean barbecue restaurants everywhere. This is when you barbecue your own meat on the table. This Korean gentleman will now show us how it's properly done. Well, that was fun. Koreans love to mix soju, which is a local tasteless low-alcohol version of vodka, with beer. Gets them drunk quicker, I guess. You can also try various sea monsters, such as hagfish. Hagfish seems to be very popular around here. Perhaps, except for the Koreans, no one is actually eating them, because they look frightening. These creatures have been on our planet for almost 300 million years, and they keep moving, even when you cut them in pieces. Long story short, I passed on this delicious meal. In Korea, Busan is known as the capital of baseball. Yeah, it's hard to deny US influence on South Korea. Busan doesn't feel like a capital city. It feels like a resort town that became huge for some reason. Some parts of the city don't feel like Korea at all, but this is the new face of Korea. And what do you think about Busan? Did you like the city? Have you ever been to Busan? Let me know in the comment section below. Share this video if you like my channel. Thanks.